बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृता स्वादनं सर्वात्मस्नपरं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनं नमः कमलना भाई नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते यो ब्रह्माण्डं पूर्वं यो वेदाश्च प्रविनोति तस्मै तद्भं हदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। राधा रानी की जय। प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, प्रिय सज्जनों, महानुभाव, dear devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe, each and every one of you, and my pranam and humblest salutations to all of you. Also, to all viewers who have seen us live on Facebook, YouTube, Bhakti TV, etc. Very special Radhe Radhe to you also, and my humblest pranam. Tonight we are at the Fireburn into Mandir, Uquire Road, Freeport, Central Trinidad. We'll be here for quite a few days, 4 days of lectures, and we'll have our spiritual retreat also. Before I bring today's discourse, as usual, it's customary, we will join in singing the divine praises, glories of the Supreme Lord. Today again we choose a beautiful pad, divine composition, written by Jagat Guru Shri Kripalo Mahaprabhu, who is only the 5th original Jagat Guru or world teacher. Before him there were only 4. Adi Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, Jagat Guru Nimbarkacharya, Jagadguru Ramanujacharya, Jagadguru Madhavacharya. So only 5 original, mool. Original means when someone goes before a body of the greatest spiritual minds, scholars, scientists in India, and there's something called Shastrat, debate on the scriptures. And they come to the conclusion that his knowledge is greater than all of them combined. They would bestow the title of Jagat Guru, only 5. This last one and most important, not only Jagat Guru Tam. Amongst the 5, he was told to be the best. In English, we have good, better, best. In Sanskrit also, Jagat Guru Tar, Jagat Guru Tam. That amongst the 5, the Kashi Vidvat Parishad, which at that time, in the year 1957, on the 14th of January, considered him to be the best amongst all the 5. Many wonderful titles will give. Some other time we'll hear more. So he's written many, many wonderful books. Premras Siddhant, Premras Madira, Brajaras Madhuri, 1, 2, 3, 4, Radha Govind Geet, Shama Sham Geet, etc. Many. He's given thousands and thousands of divine discourses, written thousands and thousands of divine composition, bhajan, kirtan, etc. So from his book, that divine book, Premras Madira, containing 1008 paths, divine composition, containing all the divine pastimes of Bhagavan Shri Radha, Krishna, and the gopis, the cowherd boys, as well as all the philosophy from all the Vedas, Puranas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, etc., Gita. This path is from Siddhanta Madhuri, page 41 in our books we have here. I'll just go through this briefly. A Rasik saint is exhorting a worldly soul who is very dear to him. In other words, Guru is saying to the disciple, to the follower, a Rasik saint, Piya mol amol kalijiye. O my dear one, O friend, obtain that priceless gift from the Supreme Beloved Shri Krishna. And in return, you have to give nothing. It is amolak, meaning priceless. There's nothing in the entire universe we can give as compensation. The value is priceless. And yet we have to pay nothing for it. Free. Asa avasar fir nahi milego batan more patijiye. This golden opportunity doesn't happen again and again. First to begin, human birth is extremely rare, extremely difficult. Kabahuk kari karuna nardehi, det ish binuhetu sanehi. Bhagavan Shri Ram himself is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, very rare, very seldom, does the Supreme Lord, who loves the individual soul without any self-interest, bestow upon it birth in the human form. It is so valuable, even Devatas, celestial gods, Agni, the god of fire, Vayu, the god of wind, etc. They are praying and begging for birth in the human form and can't get it. Bade bhagya manusha tanupava sura durlabha saragrantha nigava. After billions and billions of lifetimes, we get a chance. Only out of the causeless mercy of Bhagwan, he gives us a chance again, giving us birth in the human form. So, please accept these words of mine. The Rasik saint is saying, I'm telling you the truth. Have faith in what I'm saying. Banana chahat jo amar suhagini yo tan man pran dijiye. If you want to become the eternal lover of Shri Krishna, attaining the highest divine love, then, yeah, we have to give something. Nothing that is wonderful. What we have to give, tan man pran. Tan means the body, man means the mind, pran means the life. Surrender. Surrender everything. In other words, completely surrender everything to Shri Krishna. One condition Shri Krishna says in the whole Gita, everywhere, surrender to me, surrender to me. I will give you everything. One of the verses, he says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana parupasate tesham nityabhyuktanam yogakshemam bahamyaham. Chapter 9, verse 22, Gita. Those who worship me exclusively, Ananya Bhakti, and surrender themselves completely to me, Shri Krishna is saying, to them I bring attainment of what they do not have, and I protect what they have. I give them everything. Yogakshemam bahamyaham. So, Jai Saravasa Lai Prema Sudharas Tehi Rasam Mahanita Bhijiye. So by giving everything materially, nothing belongs to us anyhow. We're just custodians of God's property. Even this body we have doesn't belong to us. This life, the soul also belongs, who we are, also belongs to Shri Krishna. Everything. By giving everything, we'll attain that prema sudharas, that nectar of divine love, infinite divine love, divine bliss. And with that ras, we will become, every pore of the body will become drenched in that divine nectar, divine bliss. Punitehi rasahi pivai aur hi aapuhi soi ras pijiye. The one who attains that divine bliss, divine nectar of Shri Krishna, of course, drinks it all the time, now becomes a rasik. This is what a rasik means. Ras means Shri Krishna. A name for Shri Krishna in the Vedas is Ras. Raso vai sahar sagvam hevayam labdhva nandi bhavati. Taittiriya Upanishad chapter 2 verse 7. The Vedas say Shri Krishna is Ras. Infinite bliss, infinite happiness, infinite divine nectar, divine love. The one who attains Shri Krishna, he gives him the same infinite divine bliss, divine love that he has. Everything he has. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam payanti te. Chapter 10 verse 10. Everything. Shri Krishna says, I give everything to the one who completely surrenders. So that person, that saint now becomes the Rasik saint. He drinks it and he's also able to give it to others. Being now the possessor of that divine, infinite divine bliss. Jeevan janam kripalu safal kar lijiye, kyo kar nij kar meenjiye. So, in the last line, Jagat Gurutam Kripalu Mahaprabhu, who is a Rasik saint speaking to us, the individual soul, says, make this life of yours a success. fruitful. The reason why we take bath is to attain that divine, infinite divine bliss, divine love of Sri Krishna. Do it. You have that golden opportunity now. Otherwise, you don't make use of this golden opportunity, you're going to wring your hand and repent afterwards, and it'll be too late. Don't wait till it's too late. We sing this beautiful bhajan and try to focus your mind on the meaning also. Visualize in Shri Krishna, Radharani. मोल अमोलक लीजिए पिया मोल अमोलक लीजिए पिया ओ मोल अस अवसर फिर नाही मिले गो अस अवसर फिर नाही मिले गो अस अवसर नाही मिले गो अवसर फिर नाही मिले गो बात न मोर पति चाहती जो अमल सुहागिनी मनन चाहती जो अमल सुहागिनी बनन चाहती जो अमल सुहागिनी बनन चाहती जो अमल सुहागिनी तन मन प्राणन दी दय सर्वस ले प्रेम सुधा रस दय सर्वस ले प्रेम सुधा रस रस महरस तेहि रस महनित भीजिए पिय तेहि रस महनित अमूल अमूलक लीजिए पिय मोल अमूलक लीजिए पिय तेहि पुनीते ही रस ही पिबाई और ही पुनीते रस ही पिबाई और ही पुनीते ही रस पिबाई और ही पुनीते रस पिबाई और ही आपू ही सोई रस जन्म कृपालु सफल करी लीजिए जन्म कृपालु सफल करी लीजिए क्यों कर निज कर मीजिए पिय क्यों कर निज बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. This one guy here, he's not very well, and there's so many other people, devotees sitting, and his Jaykar cover everybody. Now we can do much better, right? When we do Jaykar of Bhagwan, we have to do at the top of our voice. Let's try again. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki. Much better. As I told you, Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu has written many books. One of the books, Bhakti Shatak. Shatak means 100 dohas, couplets. These 100 dohas contains all the philosophy, divine pastimes, all the philosophy of all the Vedas, Puranas, Mahabharata, Gita, Ramayana, all the scriptures. Today we're going to focus a little bit on verse number 5. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe
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 Krishna Bahirmukh Jiv kaha Krishna Bahirmukh Jiv kaha Maya karti adhir Radhe Radhe
Krishna
Jiv kaha Maya
karti
adhir
Radhe Radhe
Krishna Bahirmukh Jiv kaha Maya karti adhir Radhe Radhe
Krishna Bahirmukh Jiv kaha Maya karti adhir Radhe Radhe
ताते भूल्यो आप कहा बन्यो विषय रश्मीन राधे राधे
ताते भूल्यो आप कहा बन्यो विषय
ताते भूल्यो आप कहा बन्यो विषय रश्मीन राधे राधे
ताते भूल्यो आप कहा बन्यो विषय रश्मीन राधे राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे
Clap loudly, sing loudly.
कृष्ण राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण
राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
जय 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 राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। कृष्ण बहिर्मुख जीव कहा माया करते अधीर अधीन ताते भूल्यो आप कहा बन्यो विषय रसमीन। This beautiful mantra in Vedas Shvetashvatara Upanishad. The Ved mantra says, Dva suparna sayuja sakhaya samanam bhriksham parikasva jate tayoranya pipalam swadat nashnan nanyo abhijakashiti. Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Chapter 4, verse 6. The exact translation of this Ved mantra is given in Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana. I keep saying over and over, the most important scripture in Sanatan Dharma is Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana. Why? Don't you always say the highest authority are Vedas? Yeah. Highest authority are the Ved. Ved means apaurushaya. Apaurushaya means it doesn't have its origin in man. It was not delivered by some angel or special messenger of God as were the scriptures of other religion. By Vedas, no books are meant. They're the treasury of divine laws revealed by the Supreme Lord Himself. It is the very breath of Bhagavan. Nihaswasitamasya Vedaha Jaki Sahaj Shwas Shruti Chari. Someone takes a breath. This way Bhagavan, Vedas are, the literal meaning is saying he took a breath and Vedas appeared. Everything about Bhagavan is divine. Nothing is material. चिदानंदमय देह तुम्हारी विगत विकार जानी अधिकारी। जय राम श्री Chidanand means divine. God has three names, Sat, Chit, Anand. Sat merges into Chit. So Chit contains both existence as well as knowledge. Sat means supreme existence. Chit means supreme knowledge, infinite knowledge. Anand means supreme bliss, infinite bliss. The science in this order is always Sat, Chit, Anand. It's never Anand, Sat, Chit, or Chit, Sat, Anand, or Sat, Anand, Chit, etc. Always in this order. Sat, Chit, Anand. First Sat, then comes Chit, then Anand. Reason being, Sat merges into Chit. So Chit contains both existence as well as knowledge. And Chit merges into Anand. So Anand contains all three of existence, knowledge, bliss. This is why God is called Anand. Sachidanand also, Chidanand also, but Anand alone also. Anando Brahmeti Vajanat Anandadheva Khalvimani Bhutani Jante Anandena Jatani Jivanti Anandam Prayantabhisam Vishanti. Taittiriya Upanishad chapter 3 verse 6. Veda said Shri Krishna is Anand, bliss, happiness. Whether we say Anand, which means bliss, happiness, or we say Shri Krishna, there are two names for one and the same entity. So, Sat has been left out because it's understood to be included in Chit. This is why Tulsidas is just saying Chidanand. So just as God is Chidanand, His body is also Chidanand. Divine, infinitely divine. Everything about is divine about God. But to see divine God, to experience divine God, we also have to become divine. Vigata vikar jani adhikari. We have to become deserving. Deserving means bigata vikar. Vikar means maya. Bigat means without. One who's become free from maya. Attain God. To see divine body of God, we have to have divine eyes. So, His breath is also divine. So, Ved is eternal, divine. Never had a beginning, never will have an end. Whenever this creation comes, again the Lord brings forth Vedas. His highest teachings, His own teaching. Yeah, a little more than 5,000 years ago, the descension of Sri Krishna, Veda Vyas, Avesha Avatar, put Vedas in book form because Kali Yuga was coming. But Vedas are eternal. It doesn't mean book. But no one can understand Veda. Because Veda is divine. So, knowing this, Bhagwan gave Veda Vyas Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, which is explanation of Vedas. Veda Vyas in turn gave it to Parikshit, his son, who in turn gave it to Shukadev Paramhans. Veda Vyas gave it to Shukadev Paramhans, his son. And Shukadev ji in turn gave it to Parikshit. In that way, it was given to the whole world. So Bhagavat is translation of Vedas. You want to understand what is in Ved? Let's read Bhagavat. Not so easy to understand, but still. So the exact translation of that Ved mantra that I just told you, Shvetashvatara Upanishad chapter 4 verse 6, is given in Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. Bhagwan Shri Krishna says to Uddhav, Suparna vetau sadishau sakhayau yadichhayaitau kritanidau cha vrikshe ekastayo khadati pippalana manyo niranno pibalena bhuyan. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, 11th canto, 11th chapter, 6th verse. What is Ved saying? What is Bhagavat saying? That there is a briksh. Briksham. Both Ved is saying briksh, Bhagavat is saying briksh. Briksh means tree, pear. There's a tree. On the tree there are two birds sitting, beautiful feathers. Two birds are sitting there. One bird is Jivatma, the individual soul, we people. And one bird is Paramatma, Bhagavan, Shri Krishna. One bird has turned the back to the other bird, Bahirmukh. This means Bahirmukh. To turn your back to someone is called Bahirmukh. This is Bahirmukh, this is Sanmukh. So one bird has turned the back to the other bird and is eating that bird that has turned the back. This one is eating the bitter fruits. The tree has many fruits, all kinds of fruits, and is eating the bitter fruits of the tree and suffering. Dukhi hai. The other bird, which is sitting right here, right behind, sits quietly, does not disturb, and takes notes. That's all it does. Takes note of the thought and ideas. This bird, which has turned the back, that is Jivatma, individual soul, we people. This one sitting behind quietly is Bhagavan, Shri Krishna. Both of these birds are sitting in our heart. Both of them, Shri Krishna and Jivatma. In Gita, Shri Krishna says, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hrideshe junatishthati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantarurhani mayaya. Chapter 18, verse 61. God sits in the heart of every living being. Hridaya, Hridaya, Hridaya. And God, the Vedas are saying, God resides in Jivatma. The Jivatma is the body of God. Ya Atmani Tishtati Ved. Jivatma, the individual soul, resides in Bhagavan. Yasya Atma Shariram, Yasya Aksharam Shariram. Jivatma, individual soul, is the body of God. God. Sa pare akshar atmani sampratishthate Prashna Upanishad. Bhagavan resides in the individual soul. So close. Residing in there. Both in the heart. The tree is this world, sansar. That thing we call Jagat, sansar, the world. And the fruits on the tree are the things in this world, people, objects, etc. in the world. Jivatma. First to begin. Tate bhulyo aapu kaha. It is forgotten who. Because of something called Maya, the Jivatma has forgotten who we are. Bhul gaya. And because of that, Maya has taken hold. Has taken hold of Jivatma, the individual soul. Maya has taken hold of us. And as a result, we have become attached to the objects in the world, the sensual objects. We are looking for happiness, but because we have forgotten who we are, we are looking in the wrong place. From when did we turn our backs to God? When this thing happened? From beginningless time. There's some spiritual teachers who claim we came from God, we were divine one day, and we fell, and we have to go back to God. Something happened to cause us to do something wrong. This is not logical. If we were perfect, we were divine, and then we happen to do forced to begin, someone who is divine cannot do anything wrong. Neither God nor the saint. They can act. Acting like you go in a movie. You go in a movie and people are crying. Somebody has died. Somebody has taken somebody's neck off. It's all acting. It's not real. You know it. Some of us, we do cry also too. But eventually we know it's not real. It's all acting. In the same way, God and the saints act. In the world is called acting, material acting. In the divine world is called Leela, divine pastime. God and the saint performs divine pastime. They do everything like us. Eat, fight, quarrel, lie, everything. But it's all acting. It's only for the benefit of the worldly soul. We get confused. How can God do that? How can a saint do this? We take our material intellect and try to understand. We don't realize God and the saints have a divine power called Yog Maya. Not Maya, Yog plus Maya. Kartum akartum manyatha kartum samartha. The Vedas say this power called Yog Maya, which is one of the most intimate power of Bhagavan or Shri Krishna, it makes the impossible possible. Akartum kartum, kartum akartum. What is impossible for us? It's child play for Bhagavan. We read the scriptures, people read like a story, Ramayana, etc., and we see God and the saints performing some actions, which is impossible for us, the worldly soul, and we think this is impossible. And we try to put a material meaning. For example, we read in Bhagavad Mahapuran, Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, that Shri Krishna got married to 16,108 queens. And we get confused. Once, someone came in the satsang and asked me, Swamiji, did Shri Krishna get married to 16,108 wives? I said, yes, it's written in Bhagavad. No, you don't know anything. I said, oh, it's not like that. Then what it is? We have 16,108 nerves in our body. And the Bhagavad is talking about that nerves. Where did you hear this thing from? Oh, I heard it some katha. That is what happens. People read divine words of Bhagavan, the divine scriptures, and they put their own interpretation. Material interpretation. Because it's impossible for me, so it's impossible for Bhagavan too. We don't realize that neither God nor a saint has lust, calm, yet can perform the action of lust. That's Yog Maya, Yog Maya. One of these 18,108 wife was Mahalakshmi herself, Rukmini. So that's also a lie. This is yoga. So there's no anga, yet they can perform action of anga. Durvasa Muni, he's saint, but angry. All people are scared. Has no greed, can be seen perform an action of greed. Has no lust, can perform action of lust. Sri Krishna, as I mentioned, married 16,108 wives he had, and which every wife 10 children. Multiply. A whole city himself, and they also had children. Bhagwan Shri Ram, he came in Treta Yuga, he got married also to Mother Sita. They also had children, Love and Kush. Where did they come from? Did they form the sky? No, they came from the womb of the mother. Oh, we get confused. Prahlad, one of the greatest devotees of Bhagwan, he attained Bhagwan. Bhagwan came and for Prahlad, put Prahlad to sit on his lap. Then told him to rule the whole world for one manvantar. 306,720,000 years. One king. He also had child, a son. Where did the child come from? Did it form the sky? No, from the womb of the mother. Then Prahlad has to be like me. You see, when we perform action of lust, greed, anger, etc., because we have lust, we have greed, we have anger. So it's impossible for us to understand the position where someone can have none of these and yet perform the action. God and the saints perform every action through that power of Yog Maya. They don't do anything. And we get confused. So, the soul is beginningless. From beginningless time. Gyagyav dvavaja vishanisha vaja Yeka bhokti bhogyata yukta anantaschatma Vishwarupo hyakarta tayam yada vindate brahma me tat. Shvetashvatara Upanishad chapter 1 verse 9. The Vedas are saying Gyagyav dvavaja aj. Jivatma as well as Paramatma, God, they are both aj, unborn, eternal, beginningless. Never had a beginning, never had an end. From beginningless time. We were never perfection. There are souls that are called Nitya Mahapurush, Nitya Siddh. There are two kinds of saints. One is called Nitya Siddha Mahapurush, and one is called Sadhan Siddha Mahapurush. Nitya Siddh, meaning that their soul, Jivatma, but they were never under Maya. They were always God realized. This is God's eternal Parshad, His eternal people. They were always eternal saint. Jai, Vijay, etc. Eternal. The gopis. A lot of the gopis, the cowherd boys, they were eternal. Sanatan Sakhas. And Sadhan Siddh, we the worldly souls under Maya, we meet a true genuine saint, a true guru, one who has attained God. We take shelter in him and we follow his instruction. And one day we become free from Maya, we attain Sri Krishna. That is called Sadhan Siddh. Sadhan Siddh. They were under Maya one day. So, whether you are sadhan siddh or nitya siddh or Bhagwan, all those who have become free from Maya, Bhagwan is the governor of Maya, Adhyaksha hai, Pradhan Purusheshvaraha, Mayam tu Pakatim Vidyan Mainam tu Maheshwaram. He's the governor of Maya. Shvetashvatara Upanishad chapter 4 verse 10. He also governs Yoga Maya. And when someone attains God realization, he also gets possession of Yoga Maya. He has the power of Yoga Maya, but he's not the governor. Yoga Maya governs that saint. Now the saint is no longer in control of what they do. Jo kare so hari kare, Kabir ji says. From that moment onward, whatever the saint is doing, Bhagwan himself is doing. We look outwardly and we get confused. So from beginningless time, if one day we were perfect and then we fell, then what's the use to go back to Bhagwan? We'll fall again. Once you become free from Maya, once you attain Shri Krishna, Maya can never affect you ever again. So from beginningless time, Maya has taken hold of the Jivatma, the individual soul. And because of that, we start looking for happiness in the wrong place. Look. There's something called swabhav, nature. Something is a habit. Somebody drinks alcohol and after a while he gets so attached, he gets addicted. If you stop drinking alcohol, he wants to die. Cigarette, alcohol, weed. And then there's some habit we have that's natural from beginningless time. So what is a natural habit and what is the one we have made? What's the difference? We will hear a little bit. Let's do a little bhajan of Bhagwan, glorify Bhagwan a little bit, and then we'll come back to that part. So in the booklets you have, page 12, this beautiful bhajan written by Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu says that Shri Krishna is talking about Shri Krishna, that my beloved Shri Krishna, the one who plays the Basuri, he's more beautiful than the beauty of uncountable Kamdevs put together. मेरो प्यारो प्यारो मुरली वारो जा पर काम करो रनवारो मेरो
प्यारो प्यारो मुरली वारो जा पर काम करो रनवारो
मेरो प्यारो प्यारो मुरली वारो जा पर काम करो रनवारो मेरो
प्यारो प्यारो मुरली वारो जा पर काम करो रनवारो
मोर मुकुट पीतांबर धारो चल अलमस्त चाल मतवारो
मोर मुकुट पीतांबर धारो चल अलमस्त चाल मतवारो
शुक सन कादिक तो कह प्यारो इकटक लखत समाधि विसारो।
सुख संकारिक लोक प्यारो, इक तक लखत समाधि विसारो।
निज छवि लखी मन सोचत प्यारो, उर लगाऊ राधा तनु धारो।
निज छवि लखी मन सोचत प्यारो, उर लगाऊ राधा तनु धारो।
ओ मेरो प्यारो प्यारो, मेरो प्यारो प्यारो, मुरली वारो, जा पर काम करो रनवारो।
ओ मेरा प्यारो प्यारो, मुरली वारो, जा पर काम करो रनवारो।
अति रस भरे नैन रत्नारो, जही लखी शंभु समाधि विसारो।
अति रस भरे नैन रत्नारो, जही लखी शंभु समाधि विसारो।
ओ दंडक बन मुनि गण लख प्यारो, वर मांग्यो पति बनहु हमारो।
दंडक वन मुनि गण लख प्यारो, वर मांग्यो पति बनहु हमारो।
उमार माहू जब लख प्यारो, निज पाते व्रत धर्म विसारो। राधे
जब लख प्यारो, निज पाती व्रत धर्म विसारो।
हो मेरो प्यारो प्यारो, मेरो प्यारो प्यारो, मुरली वारो, जा पर काम करो रनवारो।
मेरा प्यारो प्यारो, मुरली वारो, जा पर काम करो रनवारो।
ब्रज रस छुअत रोम प्रतिपारो, ब्रज रस छुअत रोम प्रति प्यारो, पियत रसिक जन बनी मतवारो।
ब्रज रस छुअत रोम प्रति प्यारो, पियत रसिक जन बनी मतवारो।
हाहू चाह सोई ब्रज रस प्यारो, तव ब्रज मह गोपी तनु धारो।
हाहू चाह सोई ब्रज रस प्यारो, तव ब्रज महा गोपी तनु धारो।
ओ मेरो प्यारो प्यारो, मेरो प्यारो प्यारो, मुरली वारो, जा पर काम करो रनवारो।
मेरा प्यारो प्यारो,
राधे
मुरली वारो, जा पर काम करो रनवारो।
सब प्राणी निज प्राण ही प्यारो, पै प्रियतम प्राणी ही ते प्यारो।
सब प्राणी निज प्राण ही प्यारो, मैं प्रियतम प्राण होते प्यारो।
अस कृपालून जादू डारो, चर अरु अचर स्वभाव विसारो।
अस कृपालून जादू डारो, चर अरु अचर स्वभाव विसारो।
ओ मेरो प्यारो प्यारो, मेरो प्यारो प्यारो मुरली वारो, जा पर काम करो रनवारो।
मेरा प्यारो प्यारो मुरली वारो, जा पर काम करो रनवारो।
ओ राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे
गोविंद गोविंद राधे।
Clap loudly, sing loudly, dance.
गोविंद राधे।
ओ राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे,
राधे राधे गोविंद
राधे
राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे।
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे
गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे।
ओ राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे
राधे गोविंद
जय श्री राधे,
राधे राधे गोविंद
राधे। ओ राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे,
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे।
ओ राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे,
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे।
मेरो प्यारो प्यारो मुरली वारो, जा पर काम करो रनवारो।
मेरो प्यारो प्यारो मुरली वारो, जा पर काम करो रनवारो।
बोले हमारो प्यारो प्यारो मुरली वाले की। So one nature we make, one habit, and one is natural. The habits we make in the world, people get addicted to alcohol, addicted to cigarette, addicted to drugs, addicted to girl, addicted to boy, so many addictions. There's a reason for this. You see, as I mentioned at the beginning, we are Jivatma, the individual soul. We're not the body. This body belongs to us. We're soul, Atma, Jiv, Jivatma. And as we saw also, the soul, Jivatma, is an eternal part, fraction of Shri Krishna. Mamaivansho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhutah Sanatanaha. Chapter 15, verse 7, Gita, Shri Krishna says the Jivatma, the individual souls, are eternal part, fraction of him. And it's a natural law, natural, Swabhavik Niyam hai, natural law, that every part, every fraction has a natural love for the whole and wants to become one with it. All rivers naturally flow to the ocean, being a fraction of the ocean. All flame of fire naturally rises upward, being a fraction of the sun. In the same way, we, the Jivatma, the individual souls, being eternal part, fraction of God, naturally love and want only God, only Shri Krishna. Valmiki ji says in the Valmiki Ramayana, Loke nahi savidyeta yo narama manubrataha. It's impossible to find an individual soul that does not truly love and want God. Tulsidas ji says in the Ramayana also, Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
अस को जीव जंतु जग माही जही रघुनाथ प्राण प्रिय नाही. बोलो
राम सिया राम जय जय राम. राम सिया राम जय जय राम.
अस को जीव जंतु जग माही जही रघुनाथ प्राण प्रिय नाही. In this chaupai, Tulsidas Ji Maharaj makes mention of both the animate as well as inanimate beings, all, and says that to all of them, Shri Ram, Bhagavan, God is as dear as life itself. In other words, we love God. It's our nature. And what is God? I told you before. Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 3, verse 6, the Vedas say, Anando Brahmeti Vajanat. That God is Anand, bliss, happiness. Ras. He is Ras. And the one who is drinking that Ras is called a Rasik. The Rasik saints. So, it's our nature to want happiness. Shri Krishna is, whether we say Shri Krishna or we say happiness, they are two names of one and the same entity. And because we've been eternal fractions of Shri Krishna, it means we love and want only Shri Krishna. That's why we all want only happiness. It's our nature. This is the natural nature. Natural. That we can't destroy. Neither God, nor a saint, nor Rakshas, nor man, anyone can destroy this nature of ours to want happiness. We are addicted to it. In the same way, we get addicted to things in the world because of that ignorance, because we have turned our backs away from God. Remember that? Bahirmukh. Maya has taken hold of us. We have forgotten who we are. We get attracted to the world, sensual pleasures. Banyo Vishaya Rasamin. Shri Krishna says in Gita, Dhyayato Vishayan Punsa Sangasteshu Pajayate. Chapter 2, verse 62, Gita. Dhyayato Vishayan Punsaha. When we think again and again, bar. Listen carefully. When we think again and again that I can find happiness in any person or anything, we get attached, we fall in love. It becomes a habit. We get addicted. That's how people become alcoholic, chain smokers, drug. They get addicted to drugs, to weed, etc. We think this thing will make us happy. We see other people using it and we try it also. You take the first drink, then it burns the throat, everything, but the head spins a little bit maybe. You hide it. Take the first smoke of cigarette, it burns and you want to cough, you choke and all, you cough and almost choke on it. But you keep doing it. You think it will give you happiness. Until you eventually become an alcoholic, a chain smoker, a druggie, etc. We see a boy see a girl, the decision comes in the mind, this is the girl is going to make me happy. This is the boy. Long ago, people, they never saw anyone. It was already just planned by others. And they got married and they lived. They fell in love, all kind of things. They had children, they lived. And today there's so much love marriage. And how long does it last? Most end up in divorce. I love you, I will die for you. The decision came in the mind. This is the boy who will make me happy. This is the girl who will make me happy. Soul mate, as people say. We're looking for our soul mate. In other words, somebody who will make me happy. Me happy. We're all selfish. Sarva swartham samihate. Everyone is selfish by nature, the scripture says. We are all selfish. Whether you realize it or not. We have something called abhiman, ego, that does not allow us to see our reality, who we are. Everybody thinks, I am the most selfless person. I am such a good person. Really? Are you a saint? No. How can you be selfless? How can you be without any fault? Impossible. Until we attain God realization. Maya is there. And as long as Maya is there, all the faults, these are all her children. Greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, selfishness, you name it. We can't see it is a different thing. We can see everybody else. And we complain. I was telling someone, a couple people recently, little young people, you know, that there's a saying, a monkey cannot see its own tail, and they didn't understand. What do you mean monkey can't see its own tail? It's a saying, meaning that we cannot see our own faults. We can see everybody else's. And we complain about it. Nobody complains about themselves. You ever see anybody complain, I am so bad, I am such a donkey, I have so much lust, I am so angry, No. We boast how good we are. That we're better than saints. So, we think that decision come in the mind. This boy, this girl, and we think about it again and again. People say, I just saw the girl and I fell in love. I just saw this fella, this boy, and I fell in love. Nobody falls in love. Yeah. Love is not blind. You're blind. We are blind. Because Maya has made us blind. We are blind. We get blinded by lust, by greed, by anger, by jealousy. We get blinded by those things. So the thinking, the thought comes again and again. Unconsciously, you don't have to make an effort. Unconsciously. And then after a while, for that person, love food, love to eat, the best food they can't eat. The best food, they can't sleep. Love to sleep ordinarily. Only thinking about that person day and night, how to get that person. You get the person, you get married. That's supposing. Doesn't always happen. And then, for a little while, before marriage, the person acted and you also acted. We all act. Nobody shows their true self before marriage. We make a big act. We show the best side. We act. We don't have a best side as such. We just act. Oh, I am the kindest person. And you find that the person loves dogs, so you start liking dog. The person likes this kind of thing, so you never like that thing, but you start liking it. All kind of acting. But how long are you going to act for? Now you're married. Now humble. You live in the same home, you stop acting, you start showing your true self, and they start showing their true self, and their true
self and big problems start. You never listen to me. You all... And then you start finding faults. You never see the fault before. Now you start seeing all the fault. Oh my God, I had to get married to this girl, this boy. So much girls in the world, so much boy, and I had to get this one. Why was I so stupid? And a lot of people, they decided, look, make the best out of the situation. Maybe they very quickly had children. Maybe they had children before. Nowadays, they have children before getting married. In Sanatan Dharma, certain things we don't do before marriage. It's a sin, pap. But this is the Kali Yuga. Everything is done before. I don't know how you do Kanya Dan. Kanya means maiden. How can you do Kanya Dan? But we do everything. Sometimes the children is already there. Or the person has gotten pregnant with nothing to do but get married now. And for the sake now of children, we can't stand the sight of each other, but we have to make it work somehow. Compromise, give in. One person gives in, the other one gives in. We have to make it work. Every now and again we have a big fight. That's all right. When we make up, it's much nicer. People say they have big fight and quarrel, and when we make up, man, the making up part is the best part. Jai Ho. Strange world. But see, the problem is that we look for the happiness in the wrong place. The person we are thinking should make me happy, that person themselves doesn't have happiness. And they're looking to you also for happiness, and you don't have it. Who is going to give it? The one who's going to give it to us, we don't go to Shri Krishna, to the saint who is Shri Krishna personified. We don't surrender. There's the one who's going to give us the happiness we are searching for. But we don't go there because of the ignorance. Even a saint comes and we say, oh, he's my guru, and the guru gives you the knowledge. We still keep looking in the world. Somehow it can't sit in the intellect. We know all the philosophy, but we don't practice it. We don't put it into practice. So thinking again and again, bar. We get attached. So this is the not natural one. We make it. We make this attachment. We make this habit. And the real one, the natural one, looking for happiness, which we'll find only upon attaining Sri Krishna. But to convince someone of that is extremely difficult. Remember, this decision in our mind, because of that ignorance, from beginningless time, having identified with the body, we've forgotten we are the soul, Atma. Tate bhulyo apukaha. We've forgotten that I am the Atma soul. So from beginningless time, we've identified with this physical body, material body. This is made of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. The mind that we think with, the intellect that we know with, is also material, is a product of Maya. It's material. So naturally it's attracted to the material world. It loves the material world. So it keeps running there. And that decision that I will find happiness, because remember, our nature is to want happiness, being a fraction of happiness. We have to look for it. We can't remain inactive even for a moment. We have to keep looking. But we've always been looking in the wrong place. And so that decision has become very firm. To change that decision is impossible for the worldly soul. And this is why we go to someone called the Guru, the saint, the true Guru. Shri Krishna makes it clear in the Gita. Tadvir pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Chapter 4, verse 34, 3-4, Gita. We have to go to that Guru, the one who is Jnaninaha plus Tattvadarshinaha. Jnaninaha, he has the full, complete knowledge of all the Vedas, all the Puranas, Mahabharata, Gita, Ramayana, every scripture. Not only that, he can make us understand. Anybody can give lecture, but to make us understand, to remove our doubt, that's a real magic. He does that. Jnaninaha. But even more important, he's Tattvadarshinaha. He has the power of Bhagavan. Then he can make us understand. Then he can give us bliss. Then he can give us experience. A worldly person has nothing, what he's going to give us. He has seen Shri Krishna. He's attained a divine love, divine bliss, divine vision. Infinite bliss, infinite happiness, infinite knowledge. He gives that to us. He gives us true knowledge. So when we take shelter under a true saint, and the knowledge will come that I am the soul, the Atma, I am not the body. And the happiness I'm looking for, I will find only in Shri Krishna. I didn't, not read it in a book, not hearing from somebody, but making the Guru makes it sit in the intellect. The true Guru, Guru bin hoy ki gyan. He gives the knowledge. He makes it sit in the intellect. The knowledge comes, yes, only Shri Krishna is happiness. So what happens now? Just like in the world, I think again and again about that this thing or this person will make me happy. I get attached to it. I get addicted. I fall in love. And I rotate and I keep rotating in 8.4 million forms of life because of that. In the same way, if someone, the saint, the true saint, the Sadguru comes and he is able to convince us that the happiness we are looking for we'll find only in Shri Krishna. What will happen? We'll start thinking about Shri Krishna. The way of practice is the same and the method is the same. Constantly thinking. This is a sadhana. Constantly thinking. Abhyas. Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Mahapuran to Uddhav, Vishayandhyataschitam vishayeshu visajjate Mamanusmarataschitam mayeva praviliyate. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11th canto, 14th chapter, 27 verse. Shri Krishna says to Uddhav, just as the worldly people, they make these habits, they get this attachment in the world, thinking again and again that they can find happiness in some person or object, in sensual things. They get attached. And they attain that which they are attached to. In the same way, if someone, that knowledge has come in their mind that Shri Krishna alone is happiness and only by knowing Shri Krishna will attain that happiness, they start thinking again and again about Shri Krishna. Their mind, their heart will become attached to Shri Krishna. Will fall in love with God, Shri Krishna, and the result will be God realization, will attain Shri Krishna. The way of practice is the same, the method is the same, and the result is the same. What is the result? Our heart, our mind gets attached, we fall in love, and we attain that for which we fall in love, what we get attached to. You fall in love with the world, you get attached to the world, we keep rotating in 8.4 million forms of life. We get attached to Bhagavan, we fall in love with Bhagavan, we attain Bhagavan. Simple. Simple. So, this is the philosophy. Small little couplet, Doha, from Bhakti Shatak, and there's so much in there. So much. So we turned our backs away. This is called Bahirmukh. From beginningless time. What is the solution? Sanmukhta. Bahirmukhta. This is the disease. This is the problem. What is the solution? Sanmukhta. Right about turn, left about turn. In other words, completely surrender to Bhagavan. Turn towards Bhagavan. Realize that only Bhagavan will give me this happiness I'm looking for. That knowledge has to sit in the intellect. The more firm it becomes, naturally we will start loving Shri Krishna. We can't help it. Just like you can't help loving some boy or girl or some dirty things in the world, alcohol, cigarette, chai. We get attached, addicted. And here Bhagavan, infinite bliss, infinite happiness. And we can't get a touch because we don't have the correct knowledge. We don't take shelter in the true Guru, in the true saint. We do that and we put it into practice, what he teaches us, everything is very easy. And you will get the experience. You will experience it yourself. And you will get addicted to Bhagavan. You will fall in love with Bhagavan. There's much more we'll hear next time. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Radha Rani ki jai. Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.